This was a pedestal. It touched me deeply. I've been chasing that high for 20 years. I am known as the Sodfather. I have been doing this since I was 15. I'm 35. That makes it over 20 years that I've been touching grass. Let me set the picture. I was 15. My father had a moving company. I was, helping him at 14, moving furniture. We were hardworking people, blue-collar people. So, on the weekends, I had to go work for my dad, actually make some money. Now, my dad hired a guy, Chris Krasinski. The guy changed my life. Came from Pembroke, Ontario, with his brother and his friends. They all came out west, and their friends all got into the industry. He wanted to do his own thing. He started working for my father, swamping furniture, moving people in and out of houses. Chris started working with my dad, so my first memories of Chris were, Chris would be in the back smoking, and my uncle would be up front, shotgun, running a map, and then my dad driving, of course. Chris was cool, man, because Chris is only like 10, 12 years older than me. He started working for my dad because he wanted to save up money, but he wanted to start his own landscape business. Chris, when he did start his business, he primarily worked in sod. Chris needs labor. So I'm like, Chris, I'll help you. So at 15 years old, I go to my first job, backyard in Ogden. I'm sitting there. I have no freaking idea. Like, what are we doing? I'm seeing a muddy, weed-filled yard with this weird fire pit kind of thing. The weird thing about all that, holy shit, the Sodfather's chair just broke. It was a pedestal. Well, there it is for your first YouTube video. This was a pedestal. There's pieces of this everywhere. Lay off the pizza, Sodfather. Really gotta lay it off. Sodfather gets to his first job at 15. It's weedy. It's disgusting, and you don't know what you're doing, so you just listen to Chris. He's got this apparatus. It's called a Bluebird sod cutter. I'm watching Chris. He's running this machine, and it's fascinating to me. It's slowly running a blade like this, and it's cutting out like a layer of the earth. Our job is to take a shovel, scoop underneath, right, and then put it in wheelbarrows and take it out. When we're done that, bring us some more dirt. Now, dirt's important. We'll talk about that another time. I'm just there confused. I'm humping out barrels. I'm filthy. No gloves. I'm getting calloused up in my hands. Bringing in the soil. And he's got this thing called a prep rake. And it's this wide rake with these teeth all the way along, 3 feet at a time. And he's going back and forth, nice and low. Like he had the prep rake. A lot of people, the rake's like this. He had it low, and he was going back and forth, kind of like doing cement. And he's massaging that soil. And you know what he's doing? He's making it smooth as glass. And it was fascinating to me. He's scaping the lawn. By definition, the land, not the lawn. Jay, we do it like this because we want to have water drain away from the house. Okay, that probably makes sense. I have no effing idea. He's like, okay, go fill up the roller. A roller is a big jug. It's a big wheel. It's kind of like a big cement thing. You see that big tumbler thing, that big roller? Go over there, fill it up a little bit. I'm like, this thing is heavy. This is heavy as hell, man. And it rolls back and forth. And I'm like, why? We want to make sure it's firm for the grass. You got to do it like this or else the sod will be like this. I roll it. Next thing I do is I'm bringing him rolls of grass. I'm bringing in these rolls, and now I'm watching him. And he's laying them out, and he's cutting them. He's cutting them. I'm like, why is he cutting them? Why not just lay out the rolls, roll by roll by roll by roll? And he goes, you have to stagger it. And I go, why do you have to stagger the rolls? And he goes, well, the seams have to be staggered. Next roll seam is halfway over. I go, why? And he goes, remember when I told you the water's got to drain away from the house? I'm like, yeah. Well, when the water drains away from the house, if you don't stagger it, all the water will just go down one line, and it's like a river carving out a river. So when you lay sod, it's like a brick pattern. That causes the water to spread out. The more the water spreads out, the healthier lawn you're going to get. Wow. And I'll tell you what, nothing prepares you for the first time you do a job, you somehow turn it into this new lawn. And the process behind it, it's incredible. It's such a process, it's such an art. So we do the job. And the homeowner, the customer comes home, single mother with 2 young kids, maybe 6 years old, 7, somewhere in there. Kids are like, they're like, oh my God, can we go in it? Can we play in it? Can we run it? Yeah, go ahead. But these kids are running around. They're running around. They're happy. And the homeowner is like looking at Chris like this, like, thank you so much. Thank you so much. My kids finally have a place to play. I'm standing in that yard, and I knew nothing about sod cutters. I knew nothing about dirt. I knew nothing about rolling, compaction, sod, laying patterns. But I recognized something that stuck with me to this day, 20 years later. There was a feeling there. It was in here. And it's in the gut. It was in the heart. That woman was genuinely happy. She was genuinely thrilled. She was relieved almost that her kids had a place to play. It was almost like a high. There was a sense of satisfaction knowing that we created something where therein people like her could watch her children grow up. But she could watch her kids run around and play safely from the kitchen window. Those are memories, making memories. She could watch. It's the backdrop to her family's life, at least in those moments as those kids were running around. And it touched me deeply because at the end of the day, it's like, had we not done that, there'd have been a weedy mess, muddy, kids dirty, maybe it would have been a good thing. We provide a backdrop to her life. It's a satisfaction I got that day, 15 years old. Light bulb. Clicked. It's all I've ever known since. I've been chasing that high for 20 years. We have done so many great things. And if you look up the Sodfather Sod Supply in Calgary, you're going to see a lot of great reviews, ton of photos, awards, all those things. I mean, that's stuff we've created. But it all comes down. It filters down, trickulates down. It's like that, instead of it spreading out like that brick pattern with the water, this goes into one little thing, the opposite. Just that high of providing something for people where it amazes them, it fills their heart, it makes them happy, it provides them a backdrop to their lives. That is the first ever job I did. And that's a story about how I got into the industry. I know this is a long form video and this has been a long video, but I hope you enjoyed it. My chair, well, whatever that was, just exploded in the middle of it. But the Sodfather here in Calgary, we take a lot of pride, and we're going national with what we do, and we're going to be supplying and installing salt across Canada to the point of where the Sodfather began on his first day, the initial, that feeling, that high, that addiction of what it means. And listen, there's a lot of young guys out there, all the young influencers, all the young social media guys. There seems to be a trend of guys showing off how much money they're working towards, that grind culture. My target is this much revenue. Follow me as I make this much money. Young men and women that are on social media, you will never make it if you don't take it seriously, the craft with which you work and showcase your passion. The one thing I will say is I'm going to continue to keep talking about my passion and the memories in this. You're not going to hear me talk about how much money I made because I'm going to promise you something. You will always make money doing this if you're good at what you do, and you're only good at what you do if you have a passion for what you do. So again, my name is Jason Dyler. I am the Sodfather. We are the gold standard in green. And I thank you very much for watching the first ever long form story of the Sodfather on YouTube, social media, anywhere else. Thank you guys. We'll see you down the road. We'll see you soon. And a lot more stories to tell. Take care.